Hey there. Sorry, I'm sweating. I just got this box in here and it's 90 something degrees outside today in Atlanta. But we just got a delivery of my dad's home delivered meals. I think I mentioned this in the past that I was going to sign up. This is now our third delivery. We're using a company called Mom's Meals. So I just wanted to show you a little bit of what comes out of the box, kind of how it looks. And I know the way I'm going to put this together, you're seeing this part before you actually see the meals. They typically give you things like juices, like a couple juices, bread, or like a dinner roll to go with some of the meals too. But let me show you what's in the box. Actually, before I show you what's in the box, I want to give you a glimpse of the menu and tell you more about how it works. Basically, and I'll talk about this a little bit more in a second, but we have an order that says we can get up to, I think the limit in Georgia is 14 meals a week, right? So basically, that's 2 meals a day for a full week. For someone who has this type of benefit, that is extremely helpful. We all know stuff is super expensive. So you get a menu. They have a menu that caters to different health needs. My dad does not have diabetes, but for some reason we have a diabetes friendly menu. So there are a couple of different ones I think that they do. Also, I will point out that the menus, I believe, are different for those who have Medicaid versus Medicare paying for their meals. Kind of sucks to know that, but it's the truth. So Medicare will get you better meals. Medicaid gets you certain meals. This particular benefit here in Georgia is through Medicaid. So the meals are a little bit less frou-frou, if you will, a little less fancy, but good balanced meals nonetheless. So this is just my understanding from what the website showed. They have a different meal depending on who's paying for it. And of course, private pay, you get your top choice, right? Kind of like if you have private insurance, you get your pick of doctors and service providers versus someone who is Medicaid only or who has straight Medicare versus like a Medicare Advantage plan. So be sure you find out exactly what insurance your loved ones have before you start to use these types of services. So you want to use the proper benefit to get the best care and the best options. So this menu, you can see you have different things like chicken, meatloaf, meatballs, chicken and waffle. Oh, I didn't even see that. Beef goulash, Salisbury steak. I think the menu, that definitely was not on the last menu, I don't think. So I think the menu changes a little bit with each box that they send. Different things, mushroom and gravy, chicken and rice, tuna casserole, macaroni and cheese. Now, I will tell you that one we got a bunch of in our first package. I will never be picking that. The first package, we didn't get to pick our meals because it was when the service began and they pick for you just so they could get it out on time. They do have soups or sandwiches available as well. And this is what I mentioned, how it'll come with like a fruit or the dessert type thing or bread. It just depends. Let's see, on the back, we've got international flavors. You've got some sweet and sour chicken, Southwestern veggie hash, a couple different things. You got some Korean style barbecue meatballs. I think they were out of that this week when I tried to order. And they do have breakfast meals. Now, I'm going to make mention of breakfast towards the end of this video because I do not purchase the breakfast meals. I make his breakfast or my mom makes his breakfast fresh. So we do use his SNAP benefits for that, which would be like food stamps. They call it different things where you are. You can use both services at the same time, which I was so excited to hear. I thought this would interrupt the SNAP benefits and, limit sort of what things we could give him. But we get both. Now, I will tell you, in the state of Georgia, an elderly person, in my dad's case, the SNAP benefit amount was $16 a month to begin with. We made it up to a whopping $23 most recently. A month, people. You're hearing me correctly. $23 a month, right? So this is why these types of services now really, really come in handy. Because what are you doing with $23 a month. Absolutely nothing. So, but you do see that they have some breakfast meals here. We did get it increased finally because some stuff changed. The ways you get past $16 or $23 would be depending on if that person's share of household expenses increases, their medical services increase, the out-of-pocket services, different bills, like if they had bills in their names and they have to pay things. So look into that to see how you can get more than the allotted whopping $23 a month here in Georgia. But yeah, you see, it's a decent variety. And so what happens is I will call every week by Tuesday. Where's my phone charger here? By Tuesday. And you see, it's got the 1-800 number there. I call and I have to place the order by Tuesdays at 5. All right. So now let's get into what is in the box. So I've been waiting on this order for my dad. I really need to provide an update on this, but I started doing the meals through the home delivered service, which is part of the CCSP Medicaid program. So I've been waiting on this box. It's sort of a day late, but let's make sure everything is as cold as it's supposed to be first of all, since they were late. Oh, this is melting because it's 1,000,000 degrees right now. So let me show you what some of the meals look like. Beef goulash over whole wheat pasta. That one he seemed to like all right. Homestyle meatloaf, potato seasoned corn. What is this? Oh yeah, there were 2 beef goulash. We're getting 10 meals, so that means he gets, lunch and dinner from them. This tuna casserole. And they have the, what the, nutritional value is on there. Chicken Alfredo with pasta. Ugh, I should be putting these straight in the fridge. I'm about to. Pasta and meatballs with green beans. All right, I got a couple more. Another pasta and meatballs. And then some of these are going to be duplicates. Oh, homestyle meatloaf with the corn. Another chicken Alfredo. And I think maybe there's one more left in here. Oh, the mushroom risotto with the mixed veggies. So the meals, they come in handy because it makes it easier for me. I'll check this and make sure nothing else is in there. The delivery comes from FedEx for me because I didn't want them delivered on the normal day, which is Wednesday. And on Wednesdays, they have their own drivers. But, it's a pretty cool service. My mom tasted it and was like, oh, it's not awful. I'm out of breath. But this box is kind of heavy. So the service I decided to try out was Mom's Meals. This is now his 3rd delivery. And I picked them because, one, they had the best website. And at the time when I looked, they seemed to have the best menu options. But they give you sort of, information to go along with each order that you get. What I will say is make sure you get your tracking number. If you try any of these home delivered meals, I can only speak about Mom's Meals because that's the one we've been using. Make sure your case manager sets it up so that you get the right number of deliveries, because we had a little snafu where we went about 2 weeks without a delivery. And then make sure they give you a tracking number. If you don't go with the main day, then they deliver it through a third party like FedEx or UPS. If you make enough of a fuss, you can, I don't know if they have other providers where you live. But yeah, they'll do a third party delivery. And I mean, really, you just got to try it out and see how the service works for you. It's been really, really helpful. And it allows for, any additional food benefits to be used to pay for some of the more pricey things. Like, think about it, how much eggs are right now. So you can get your SNAP benefits or EBT, food stamps, whatever it's called in your community. You can still get that and get home delivered meals. So that way we can cover the cost of like more so like breakfast foods, those eggs, whatever else he eats. He loves English muffins, you know, so that can get us through. And also things like Glucerna or what's the other one? Boost. Things like that are expensive. It's about $15 for a 6 pack. And he has one every single day because he needs the additional protein for healing his wounds, and because they lose a lot of weight with dementia. So, you know, that adds up. You're going through, especially if they have more than one a day. Normally he'll just have one like around breakfast or with his lunch, something like that. So the cost of Glucerna plus eggs, whatever else he eats for breakfast, snacks, things like that, in addition to the home delivered meals, is fantastic. So if you have Medicaid, I suggest that you reach out to, or your loved one, you know, I mean, I don't have it. My dad has it because he's his own person, you know, because IRS says you can't claim them on your taxes or have them as a dependent until they make under like 4,000 and something a year, right? Which, what are you supposed to do with that? Anyway, if the person is eligible, your loved one, for Medicaid, absolutely speak to someone about those programs specifically for either the elderly or those with disabilities that would allow you to get things like home delivered meals. All right. So I'm keeping this short. I swear I'll do another video soon. I know I'm shaking this phone because my arm is tired. But if you have questions, just drop it in the comments below. And have a great weekend. Bye.